Hi everyone, a warm welcome back to the August monthly Warno tournament from SD League. Today we are with Z2 and Tman for a game, and then their second game will be tomorrow on the channel. Today we have a French civil war. I don't think I've actually cast a game with both players as the French before. Z2 playing on the right in blue as the 11th E, and over on the left in red we have Tman playing as the 5th E. Let's have a look at what Z2 has down. Paris SAS heading up fairly defensively here, and a VBL Milan also going up pretty defensively, not looking to contest that point. Quite a lot coming into the centre here in a slightly more aggressive position, more just taking half the point. We've got some Mistral in there, we've got some Milan 2s, we've got Paris SAS, we've got a 20mm in there, and a couple of Legionnaires too. Over at this side, we have Chasseurs Paras, which will be going into this town in a defensive position, as we would expect, and a Milan Para as well. Obviously very defensive. It's very rare that Tman's player, or the player at that side, would push Echo. It does happen from time to time, though. Command coming to Alpha and then Echo, and a command over here going this way. Over on the other side, AMX-10s out nice and early. Two of them heading up here. One of them going to try and get right round the back of the position. An absolute trainload of units coming here. Some are heading to the middle. Some are going straight for Bravo. Look at this. This is a really aggressive push into Bravo. We're coming back there in a minute. Down here, just the Eclairs and a command at the bottom here. Alright, let's switch over to the controller and get ourselves zoomed in down here. Because, let's be honest, something is going to happen up here. If Tman is pushing the top that hard, this could be really interesting. If he gets through, especially. Gazelle Hot's pushing in there. Obviously, there's no AA here. Unless there is a jet on Z2's side. These Hots are going to quickly kill that Milan. The Milan might get a kill on an AMX, though. Yeah, AMX goes down. Very early loss of a Pua AMX-10. Pua AMX-10. What are we saying? It's one of the best units in the game. There we go. AMX-10 gets the kill. Gazelle Hot's pushing in. I did see some reinforcements being called in back there. But here it comes. Loads of units pushing in. All those Grenadier Voltigeurs just charging through. Gazelle Hot's pushing in as well. We'll be looking for a kill on those units. Mirage gets a kill on one of the Gazelle Hots. Paris SAS may get a kill here on these vehicles coming past. They are heavily under fire. Doesn't manage to get a kill on the Vabs. It's still taking a lot of fire. Mirage coming in for that other chopper does take it down, but the Grenadier Voltigeurs have made it into the point. AMX-30 EBGs also pushing in now. They are the anti-infantry tanks. And a Vab also pushing in. Is there anything happening in the center point? Quick spin round. No, units haven't met each other yet, but we can see Z2 is pushing up there. Currently, all the points are neutralized, but look at this. AMX-10 firing at the side on those Paris SAS who are finally dead. Mistral Paris here, and a Milan Paris there. But as it stands, loads of reservists coming in there. But right now, Tman looking in a nice position already. And there we go, the command is in. That Vab command vehicle has arrived. Point switches sides, there's no counter command in there. Reservists and Chasseurs Paris are arriving, but that was a really good opening push there. Really well played by Tman. Over in the center, we are now seeing a little bit of skirmishing going on. Z2 has pushed quite aggressively, realizing that most of Tman's units were obviously at that top point. Vab is destroyed. Jaguar HE bomber coming in for Tman, though, looking to get a kill on those. Oh, very nice. Milan 2 Para has been destroyed. Jaguar does get out alive. Skirmishing over in that point as well, but it's infantry versus infantry at the moment. Does look like Tman may come out on top there. Difficult to say down here. Grenadier Voltigeurs is going to be up against multiple squads. Is that another? That is another Jaguar HE bomber coming in there. What's it going for? Going for these Legionnaires. Very effective, but he does lose the bomber this time. There are 3 Mistrals there. Over at this side, the combat is ongoing. Jaguar ATGM coming in there. Not sure what it was going for. Possibly for the other jet. EBGs are engaging at close range on these infantry, which isn't ideal, regardless of how much damage they do. Gazelle cannon there, taking out the VAB. Z2 not doing bad here. I think Tman's in trouble. A command has arrived for Z2 as well. Tman's forces being pushed out of this point. Where's his command? I think his command's being killed as well in this point, unless he pulled it back. No, it looks like it died in here. And there we go. Z2 retakes this point. Tman's forces have been pretty much annihilated in there. ATGM comes in, gets a kill on that final EBG tank. Has Z2 just turned this around? Reinforcements are arriving, but it is a long road to get reinforcements to that front point. You can see them trundling along there. Another command coming in as well. Nice placement of a Milan Paras there by Z2. Managed to already kill something coming across that road. Or the bridge, I should say. Some reinforcements being called in there to try and cover this point. That is very, very nice placement. He has killed a VAB of some description. Whether it had infantry in, I'm not sure. Nothing happening at the bottom, I don't think. No, very quiet down there. Kind of expected that. Everything kind of stalled in the middle here. All the fighting is up here right now, but I mean, I think Z2 has managed to hold it. He's got a lot of units in here. Look at all of these infantry. Don't get me wrong, there's some reinforcements arrived now for Tman, but I don't think it's enough. He does have some logistics coming in to rearm everyone. But there's 2 squads of Flams and 2 badly damaged squads of Voltigers, and these guys just look in a better position, don't they? Their health is higher. Let's zoom out and get a better bird's eye view of everything now. Tman has a nice advantage in points though. Capping that back point has given him 319. He did briefly have a +4. So as it stands right now, game is in his favour as long as he can hold. Mirage coming in there, going for that Gazelle Hot. Gazelle Hot was looking for the Milan Para. Oh, it manages to get down and is firing at the Milan Para. Oh, it gets the kill. Everything's stalled in the middle there. I mean, Z2 doesn't have a huge amount to push with, to be fair. He did lose a few units to those bombers and things, and obviously has had to redirect lots of forces down at this point. Bad place to be in the churches. The churches obviously do give you a better line of sight because they can see over the other buildings, but they're an easy target for everyone else because if you can see everyone else can see you. You're at the top of a building. But this is the push from Z2, and he is doing a lot of damage. Looking pretty good right now. But the command is back in there for Tman. He's ticking up those points again. The question is, can he protect that command? Milan Paras pushing around the side there to cut off any reinforcements. I mean, I can't fault Z2's placement of these Milan Paras this game. He's managed to cut off the reinforcements a couple of times. Let's see if he gets a kill on this AMX-10 coming around there. I'm assuming it has line of sight on the road. AMX-10's actually peeled off. Flams against reservists. One squad of Flams is already dead. The Milan 2 coming in at the back there. I assume that's going to the centre though. I can't imagine it's coming down here. Possibly to the back point, or the middle point I should say, to try and hold that. But I don't think Tman's going to expend any more resources on holding this point. He's got a nice advantage there though. A little bit of skirmishing happening in the middle again. That actually looks like Tman is pushing out a bit. Yeah, His Grenadiers have pushed out and he's using the AMX-30s as fire support. This is looking very nice from Tman again in the middle. Oh, that was an ATGM jet that came in trying to get the AMX-30, but it did miss. Jaguar HE bomber coming in there, going for that top point. What's it hitting? Dropped on the buildings, but actually missed everything. He won't be happy with that. Didn't get any kills. Yeah, Tman is out of this point. All of his squads are almost dead. He's calling in reinforcements now at this point at the back. I just can't imagine that Z2 is going to let his command stay there. I just don't see that happening right now. Tman being reasonably aggressive in the middle here, pushing that top side. Also, just getting his units engaging these chasseurs there. The fire support is really helping here, but Z2 bringing in his own with the AML-90 links. There's another AMX-30B back here that's not in range to hit anything. He really needs to get something in range to hit that AML. We'll just keep the camera pointed over in the other direction. As I say, that VAB is right at the edge of the point. Tman is not staying in there. He's got a good advantage in points, but he is going to get pushed out of that point. No questions. And it depends now how aggressive Z2 is at the top. He could potentially plow through to the next point. He has recapped that, but as I say, Tman, nearly 600 points. It's a nice bonus. If he can maintain that, he's won the game. Tman being fairly aggressive here. Still nothing killed that AML-90. AMX-30 is just sitting back. He really needs to get in there and kill that thing. It's currently the main threat to his Grenadiers. Oh, there we go. AMX-30 now on the move. I can see the AMX-10 RC up at the top of the screen there, just picking off units. AMX-10s are so devastatingly good because of their stealth and the fact that they can basically annihilate even reasonably heavily armored targets. Loads of reinforcements coming in at that top point now for Tman. He is going to try and hold the middle, though there is a wall of infantry coming towards him as he attempts to push out in the center here. Well, he's kind of stalled again. The Grenadiers need a repair. He is pulling them back. AMX-30 is going in the top there to help defend. A little bit of skirmishing over here. Grenadier Voltigeurs going up against two squads though, and they're out in the open. Question is Z2 going to push? He is pushing stuff around the side there. A VBL Milan and an ERC-90 pushing around there. Chasseurs Powers pushing up at that side. Looking for a kill on the AMX-10, I think. Oh, have managed to panic it. Alright, smokes. Will retreat. Well spotted. I was expecting that wall of infantry in that point from Z2 to just march out across those fields, but he's not doing it. It will give Tman enough time to get reinforcements in, tanks and things to fire out across the field. Jaguar ATGM coming in again, looking for a kill on one of these AMX-30s. Good fire support from those tanks. One of the AMX-30s has actually already been destroyed by the Milan too. That Jaguar ATGM misses again. It's not doing very well this game. I've seen it miss a few times. AMX-30s over at the top are engaging already on infantry trying to push along. But down here in the center, things looking a bit better for Tman. He is managing to progress across this point. Reinforcements are still coming in here though. Z2 hasn't forgotten about it. Well, it's AMX-30s though. with those autocannons. Don't forget that they got an upgrade to the autocannons. They now have better accuracy than other autocannons. They're doing pretty well. Autocannons aren't what they once were, but they're not terrible. Tman pushing across the bridge here. This is quite aggressive from him. He's got some flams arriving as well, but everything's fairly damaged from going across the bridge. Also a dead vehicle on there. 20mm cannon in a building. There's been a few comments about that because the French 20mm cannon can go in a building, but apparently the others can't. I don't know if that's an error that's going to get corrected. There is some movement of those infantry at the top finally. Hang on a minute. Both the AMX-30s are dead. Both AMX-30s have been killed up here. Must have been killed by the Milan Paras that are knocking around. Jaguar HE bomber coming in, going for a kill on those infantry. Nice kill. Good use of Jaguar HE bombers by both players this game. Couple of more AMX-30s coming in there. Wow. Where are those grenadiers going? They're all the way in the middle of that point. They must be looking for a kill on a command. I can't believe they've charged all the way through there, and they are surrounded by units. Tman's units still coming up at the rear, though. Some Pioneer Flams pushing up. More Grenadier Voltigeurs pushing in. He could be in trouble up here, though. Look at this wall of infantry coming across. He's using Mirages to fly in and try and do strafing runs. Jaguar gets hit by the Mirage, but it does get a kill, and the AMX has been destroyed. Here, choppers over here. A couple of HOTs there just on guard duty. But look at all of these infantry pushing across here now. I mean, Tman doesn't have enough to stop all of this. Simple as that. Mirage comes back past, gets a kill on the chopper. That is a lot of infantry pushing across there. And without those tanks to provide fire support, it's proving hard to keep them at bay. ERC-90's pushing in as well. Looking good there for Z2. Over in the middle, Z2 seems to have maintained control of this little industrial area next to the river. And over here in the center town, slow progress for Tman. He is making progress though. Still nowhere near that command though. Logistics gets destroyed on its way to resupply those Pioneer Flams. Grenadier Voltigeurs caught out in the open, stunned, getting absolutely ripped apart by all of that machine gun fire. Over here though, look at this. Z2 is in the point. A little bit of skirmishing in the air there. Mirage is doing some damage. All change here. Look at that. Command moving into this point for Z2. No counter command for Tman. Is this where it all turns around? With 22 minutes left to the game, has Z2 just completely turned this to his favor? An AMX-30 goes down. Another one badly damaged. One AMX-10 left at the back there, which is already stressed out. Isn't going to be hitting a lot. Z2 looking really strong there. HE bomber coming in here, going for those Pioneer Flams. Beautiful strike. Absolutely beautiful. That is Tman done in the middle for the time being. That was his last remaining forces alive there that were actually pushing. He's got some Grenadier Voltigeurs at the back defending, but Z2 looking good right now. Down here, absolutely zero movement there. Reservists coming in for the center as well now. Currently +2. 23 minutes to the victory, but obviously he will overtake Tman in points long before that happens. AMX-30 B2's coming in down here. I mean, as it stands, Z2 can just sit. He doesn't have to keep pushing here. He could, though. But it is a long way to this back point. It is a long way. Lots of open ground, unless he goes via the river route. Next to the river here, obviously quite a lot of forest. Or goes round the top. Is a possibility. He was trying this before with that ERC 90. But Tman has lost a lot of units trying to hold on to that back point. And even more trying to hold on to that center one. And here, right in the middle of the map, has managed to push a couple of times back out. But it wasn't enough. There's just too much defense there from Z2. I see some units coming in down here. What is this blob? Oh, wow. Tman completely changing tact and going for the bottom point. He knows there won't be a lot there. Some Paris SAS have actually been redirected there that were called in a short while ago. Grenadier Voltigeurs pushing in here, going after that chasseur. One squad of Paris has been destroyed somewhere. VBL Milan at the back. I see a Jaguar coming in at the top there, bombing stuff. Probably what got the Chasseur's Paris. HE Bomber coming in, going for a kill on these. Nice strike, gets one kill. Unfortunately, it was the most damaged squad that it got. Lots of action all over the map right now. Tman attempting to push back into that top point. I don't think it's going to happen for him, though. I'm more interested in what he manages to do down here. Paris SAS have been dropped off. Those chasseurs are almost dead. Surely they're not going to survive this. Are there any more reinforcements coming in? No. Is this just a massive distraction attempt to force Z2 to call in reinforcements here? That is a possibility. Command back in that top point. Wow. Tman has managed to squeeze back in. Only just, though. Currently +1 still to Z2. He will still catch up in points before this game is over. 18 minutes left. Look at this counter push from Tman. I can't believe he made it into the point, but he's losing units rapidly. AMX 30 B2 command already dead. Another one being called in. Back to +2. ERC 90 goes down, but as does an AMX 10. AMX 30s trying to pin down the chasseurs. There's still so many infantry in those buildings, though. Down at the bottom, Tman is on the move still in this point. Look at him go. Those infantry trying to move through there. But Gazelle cannons being called in. And that's that push dealt with. There's no anti-air there for Tman. Gazelle cannons are cheap and reasonably effective at chewing up infantry. And, to be fair, he's forced more reinforcements to be called in. Though he is bringing in a command at the bottom there to try and get into this point. But Z2 is calling in more reinforcements, some Legionnaires and an AML 90 on the way. In the center, Z2 pushed really far. Look at this. Back to where he was early on in the game, looking to push Tman completely out of this point. But Tman, look at the progress he's made here. He's got Grenadier Voltigeurs in the buildings. How did he manage that? That is amazing. I thought he would have no chance of getting back in this point with the amount of infantry, but look at those AMXs and the VABs absolutely tearing up those infantry in the buildings. Milan 2's trying to get shots off. HE Bomber coming in. And an ATGM comes in, gets one kill on that chopper. Bombs do drop on the tanks. Doesn't manage to get a kill though. Milan Paris being hit hard by the AMX-30s. ERC does get a kill. HE Bomber in again. Finishes off that AMX. Command back in here. But from the side, that ERC-90 finally pushed around that way. It's been moved around there since the sort of middle point of the game so far. Commando's moving in as well now. Wow. Great counter push from Tman. Did not think he would get back in there at all. But look at this. He has sort of expended all his resources to push the top there. And in the meantime, the middle is being hammered by all of these infantry. There is no way he is surviving that. No way. Down at the bottom, all of his units have been killed. Those Gazelle cannons did their job. Really well done by Z2 there. A Mistral is coming in now, a bit late to the party. A Command didn't go in the end, was kept at the back. Commandos just parked in the forest there, not sure what they're waiting for, but there's currently some Chasseurs Paris heading for them. They're going to get destroyed in their vehicles if they're not deployed. Center is surely going to go to Z2 at any moment now. There's another Command being called in at the back there as well. Not sure where that one's headed. Over here, Z2's holding. Tman did get really far in the point, but most of the MXs are dead. And Z2 still has infantry in those buildings. Very badly damaged infantry. AMX-30 B2 being hit in the rear by the ERC-90, but the ERC-90 goes down. Wait. Loss of that point, but the Command is in the bottom. He has moved his Vamp PC all the way up. Surely that's not long for this world, though. Still +2 to Z2 as he does control the center. AMX EBGs came in there, but there's way too many infantry. Getting shot in the side, instantly annihilated. AMX-30 B2's coming in as well, but there's the surrender. Commiserations, Tman. Really, really well played to Z2 there. Look at the kills to losses. I mean, there was a huge difference. He was just cleaning up Tman's units. That was exceptionally well played. At the start, I really thought Tman was in such a good position when he took that back point. But Z2 just countered that so well, and Tman sadly didn't have enough forces there in time to hold it. Let's have a look at the kills. AMX-10RC showing off as usual. What else got lots of kills? Milan 2 Para. That did a really good job. That must have been the one at the top. Must have been the one at the top. Well, you know, an AMX-10 is an AMX-10. It's basically a stealth tank in this game. So, for me, MVP goes to the Milan 2 Paras. But well played to both of you. That was a really good game with a lot of pushing all over the map. Very good attempt at the end there by Tman to get in right at the other side and throw everybody off. Well done, guys. Thoroughly enjoyed that game. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we will have the second game from this set. Hopefully, it's just as exciting as a French Civil War.